Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. And what are we just witnessing here? Is this the kind of conspiratorial meeting that these two are having in our halls, in Jarl Toke's halls in Jorlunde? Because to the left we have Thorfinn of Jorlunde, son of the disgraced Balder. And he was able to stay at court, even though his father had to leave, disgraced as he was. And Skjalm, Toke's father, actually liked him, but let him stay as a knight, took him along to the crusade. Toke, we know that he is a different man, that he's a craven, that he is someone who goes behind others' backs. And we definitely know that he has something to do with this threat to our life. And to the right, we have our own sister, Sigrid, the wife of the heir to Jylland, but who's been staying at our court continuously, even though she has children elsewhere. And she has confronted us on the funeral of our father, saying that it should be she sitting on the throne of Venderland. And here they are, at our court, directly talking with each other, as we are sitting over here and listen to what petitioners say and what our counselors have to say. I am quite sure that this is not a coincidence. These two are somehow plotting against us. But what can I do? What can I do? I am already assigning our spy master to disrupt schemes. And yeah, we do see that there is a 30% success chance at best, right? And there is a 20% secrecy of the whole plot. So I'm very sure that we will get to see. We'll get to see who's behind this in time. If we don't get to see this, and maybe this number will rise, then we would think about countermeasures, right? So on the top here, you can redouble the guards. Or what else do we have? No, that would actually be worse. How about that one here? Yes, minus secrecy is good. This one will take monthly income for minus 10%. That's quite a lot, eh? But it's minus 15% secrecy for all opposing schemes. Maybe we already go into this one? Would that be something we would do? That would lower our income to about 6.3, 6.2, I think. Oh, it's something we could definitely, could consider. Bounties for whispers. Well, you know what? We are actually, we are about as impatient as our father was. So we want to get behind this. So we set out bounties for whispers. Tell us all about it and you will receive coin. See, and now it's down to 5% secrecy. Now we should be able to get who's behind this in a shorter period of time. The other thing, and now that, again, not just looking at numbers, right? Because that a number is not something that Toke actually has. He can't just have a look into this and saying, at the end there's a 30% success chance for this. Of course, it's an abstract number, and it would be something that he would discuss with the spy master, and he would say, hey, we know this, we take care of that, and so on. So the number is kind of reflective of what happens in a narrative way, in the role-playing to a degree. But I would say that Toke would take some precautions as well. And the obvious precaution that you can take is hiring a bodyguard. Now, they're quite expensive, as we see. So this is not something we want to do for forever. So just for this immediate threat. And now when I was browsing through that list, I was thinking, okay, there's Jirji, he's an excellent choice. Then again, I would like to factor this in. We don't trust him that much, right? He insulted me at some point. We know that he's a capable blade. That's out of the question, right? He's a very, very capable fighter. Even managed to, compete against our father and won at that tournament in the Baltics. So, yeah, I'm not considering him. He's also the master of the hunt, so he also has some other responsibilities. Could think about Gutmar Brock, who's our acclaimed knight and friend, so we definitely trust him. That being said, Gutmar is with known sodomite. We've already been seen with him alone in public. Maybe this will even lead to more whispers and people suspecting us of doing things. Of course, there's Thorfinn in here. He's average in his aptitude. But since we are already kind of suspecting that that's him who might be behind this or involved in this to a degree, we're not considering him, and we're definitely not considering a poor choice. But I was thinking, hey, I do have other friends, do I? And yeah, Rangvi has a position at court, Serkvi has a position at court, Gutmar does. But hey, what about Joachim? What about Joachim? That's what I found out. Joachim is not at our court anymore. Joachim is currently on Rügen. And I think in a role-playing way that makes sense. Like, he's 64 now, he's not in very good health anymore. And he may have as well just, maybe he went back to his lands. Maybe that's where he's a landowner on Rügen, right? Would make total sense. He was around at the time when Skjalm conquered Rügen. So, well, I remember he was actually imprisoned in that war, and he fought on the opposite side. So, yeah, maybe he was a land owner there even prior to us conquering Rügen. So he went back to his lands, and yeah, he just wants to maybe enjoy his retirement, so to speak. But I think for this purpose here, we will send him a messenger saying, hey, Joachim, you're my trusted friend, right? Very trusted. We're plus 71 opinion of him. You are our trusted friend, and we need someone who can, just be around me and take care of things should something happen to me. And I need someone who, does not have to do anything else, right? This will be your sole responsibility. And of course, since he is our great friend, he will not hesitate. He will come back to our court. And once he's here, we will choose him as our bodyguard. Now, so let's just quickly do some things before I forget them. And one of these things would be to raise crown authority. I wanted to do this last time, but I forgot about it. And we had this talk about crown authority before when we talked about Skjalm, and we said that, hey, that is not really a concern of his. But I think it's definitely a concern for Toke. That's exactly his thing, right? Authority. He is an authoritarian ruler, and he wants to make sure that his rule is strong and is growing stronger. We could even at this point go into absolute crown authority. It would cost us a lot of prestige, though, as we see down there. And yeah, let's do this more organically, right? Not just doing everything at once. So maybe we wait a bit, see that we gain more prestige, and I think after some years this would go down in cost. So yeah, we stay at this level for a while now, but at least now we have high crown authority. Good stuff. Alright. Then I was talking about investiture a lot, like not being so pleased that when you like this prince bishop here would die, we don't have anything to say about who's going to be his heir, and we actually do. And I only just got into this by clicking around, but then I saw that we do have this tab here, and I think that's from the Catholic Trinity mod. So we are able to actually appoint a successor. Isn't that great? Good stuff. So, and here we are presented with a list of suitable candidates, both from our court and the court of Prince Bishop Ingvar, I think. So let's just have a quick look here and see who we would prefer. Yeah, should Ingvar not be able to rule anymore? Probably because he dies at some point. And I think once again I would like to look for the opinion modifier that we have on them. Right, that's another cool mod. That's oh, I forgot the name now. Something with opinion. My own opinion or something like that. So we can see actually what opinion we have on them. Right, so we see that our opinion of Jirji is -23. So yeah, like we see here, he insulted us at some point. So when I look through the list here, I could really just come up with, okay, either Sigurd or Krista. Sigurd, of course, is a great choice because of his high learning. Like, he would make definitely a great bishop. That being said, he is our personal physician and he's good at it. And I don't think that I want to change something about this because, of course, if he is not at our court, he cannot be our physician anymore. So, now we need to go back. That leaves me with the option of this guy here. No, I'm doing it again. I have to go back to it. That leaves us with this option, this guy here, Krista. I don't know actually where he's coming from. He just appeared at our court, I think, on the transition. Right, there's no memories here. We don't know what happened. Maybe he also was one of the court chaplains here that we exchanged because they were automatically generated and so on. But anyway, he's here, he's 54, he's in good health. I think for the time being, should something happen to our Prince Bishop down here, then he will take the spot. Right? So that's done. Then just adding to this, I've also seen that, and by the way, I've now been able to change the names. So people that rule in towns and cities are now called a Foged. Foged is a Danish word, the equivalent of the German Vogt and the equivalent of the English bailiff. So again, that means she, in this case here, Åse, is a appointed bailiff for this town, but appointed by us, not appointed by the citizens of Slagelse, right? That is a development that comes later in the Middle Ages, yeah, around the end of the 12th and then throughout the 13th century. Not now. I think we would go there maybe when the city grows, like when we have bigger cities, then we could do that switch. Let's see how we will do it at that point. But for now, yeah, let's do it like this. And what I did see was when you go to that holding here, I've called it a town. Did not know what else to say about it, so it's just a town. You can actually see that there is a line of succession in place, which is a bit weird. Again, does not fit fully with the idea of a bailiff because their position would not be hereditary. And once again, the citizens in town do not have the ability to vote. But I don't know, the mechanic is here. We cannot do anything about it. And we do see now that him here, Paul, he is the only one in the line of succession. He is the son of the former Foged Olaf and the son of the current Foged Åse. So I think that's all right. Right? No reason to change something about this. I think we could perhaps change something about it if we put a oh no, not his courtiers, but here. If we put a courtier in her court, then we would be able, I think. Yeah. Yep. Let's keep that in mind. I do have a mod installed that's simply called Move Courtiers, like where you can go to her, right click and say Move Courtier, and then you can just send someone to their court. I think this is a kind of, yeah, the mod is a bit like a cheating mod, you know, because you can't in fact do that in the base game. And I think this mod was just made for role-playing purposes. So I would say keep it at that. I have a different interpretation of what being a forget means. And so I might make use of this if I wanted to appoint someone else. That being said, we do have our town of Haven. And I said it last time, I actually wanted to change the name. Because it actually had a different name in medieval times. And that is very close to the modern name. And that would be Copenhagen. Copenhagen later becoming Copenhagen. There we go. I might actually look and see if there's a better coat of arms here that we could have, because I don't think that that is the original one, which looks a bit generated to me. Yeah, so much about our towns. Still happy that our Anton has his wife back. Look at her in her full glory, right? She's kind of like bursting out of the screen almost with her assets, let's say. So great stuff. We have more tools at our hands that I did not know about before. So that's something we can make use of. Now, we have to talk about something huge. Something huge. And maybe there was one of you in the last episode, or several of you, that said, hey, this whole takeover of Roskilde of Sjalland, that was a bit iffy, right? We just basically snatched land away from a person we held no grudge against, and whom our father actually wanted to protect. And we used his method of protection to further our gains. So let me just say that we did great. We did great. It was the best thing that we could have done at the time, especially through the king, right? So this was validated by the king. The king decided that we should have this land. We didn't take it by any force. That is very important, and I think also very important to Toke, who's not, who may be authoritarian, but he's not autocratic, right? There's a difference between the two. So that was great. But let's remember, guys, whom did we take this land from? That was Princess Liv, the only daughter and only child of the former King Sven III. And we have already seen that her, in the case that she did not have any children, her benefactor, her heir, would have been our good old Prince Benedict, who is not here in Blacking anymore because he has distributed some vassals. Right? But he is now the Jarl of Schleswig. And so I need to do some more pins, right? And maybe I should pin him right now, because I did not get notified about this. And what we kind of suspected might happen actually happened. You see here, Ribe, that is where Liv formerly ruled. There is someone else in here. And if we go back to the title history, there she is. Jarlfru, Liv Svensdatter. And by the red skull, we can see that something happened to her. And she was murdered by Benedict. Oh my god. He did it again. He did it again. And that happened last year at around May. So he's a serial killer. There's not much else to say about this, right? So he actually killed his own niece. Now he killed his other niece. Killed the Princess of Norway. This man somehow needs to be stopped. Somehow. And the only thing I can think of at this point in time is to challenge him to a fight. Right, that's the only thing I can really think of. We do see that the king is doing nothing about him. And as we do see, he is actually allied to the king. Oh, and that would be That's not right. That is not right at all. That's some kind of grievance we would carry around with us, as much as we like the king for supporting us. We hate him for supporting his murderous and kinslaying brother. So, long story short, if we had not done this, if we had waited it out, Sieland and therefore Roskilde would now be in the hands of Benedict. Right? So, well done, Toke. Well done for acting proactively. You've done, I think, the whole of Denmark a service. And of course, especially also the security of our own house, Hvide. All right. So, yeah, that is what happened. And coming back to Sieland and our seat in Roskilde, I think we should move our court here. That has to do with, once again, Roskilde being this very, very prominent seat. And I think in order to really make sure that people recognize that the Hvide are now the protectors of this land, of the whole island, we need to move here, right? So we move the realm capital. As we do see, it also gives us a bit more income because, yeah, you get this kind of boost from taxes and stuff for the area that you are, where your court is in. So this will also help us. Then, as a next measurement, I will go to our Vogt Anton, who's currently still promoting culture in Rügen. We do see that they now have a positive modifier on control, and I would say our brother is here. Rügen is his responsibility, right? So we don't need our own resources going in there. And what I would like our Anton to do is actually look into increasing the development in Sieland, right? Yet another sign of us that we say, hey, this is our land now, and we are caring for it, right? We take care of our land. We show the people here in Sieland that we are the new rulers. All right. There we are. So, what else is new? Just some very small things. I've noticed that our court tutor does have the ability to do direct language teaching. Might be an effect of a mod. I'm not sure if this is vanilla. Which means the teaching of languages to your family members at court will be automatically handled. At higher levels of aptitude, courtiers with important languages you don't have present at court might be introduced from time to time. Let's do this. Yeah, maybe we could test if it actually works, but what I have forgotten is that we can actually assign children to, yeah, being taught languages, which is, yeah, obviously a nice thing. So, yeah, I don't know now if I have to do this manually. Maybe just wait it out and see if there's something happening here. We know that our son here knows Norse and Low German. Let's see if he will learn something else in time. There we are. Okay, what else is new? I think going to Roskilde and changing our whole court to Roskilde. Oh, can also reset our standard to Roskilde so that our armies are raised here. I think I need to, or Toke knows that he needs to invest a bit more in, yeah, showing off this court and making sure that it's more recognized. And we do that, of course, by court grandeur. Now we see that currently we are actually okay, right? We are at court level 3, and that is kind of expected from us. Right? People don't expect more from us. We are now your average ducal court, basically. But we do have some money to spare. Our income is actually quite good now. So let's have a look. What could we do? We could go into decent fashion. That would give us some attraction opinion, legitimacy gain, which is always good, and some court grandeur bonus, of course. Then we have decent food. That would mean we get even some life expectancy, right? Again, same amount of court grandeur bonus. We could go into middling lodges. That would mean guests stay longer, are more likely to join schemes, our schemes, of course. A little less stress gain, courtier guest opinion. And we have, we could go for some servants. That would raise piety. That is good for us. Let's see how much we get now. Nothing. And now we would get 0.5. Oh, wow. That is actually huge, I think. It also slows down enemy hostile schemes. That is good. Yeah, coming back, I guess, to a role-playing perspective, having more servants at court just means more convenience. You know what? I definitely take this. Definitely take this. And I think we can go for a second one, too. So, what do we do? Do we introduce decent fashion? Are we actually a guy that insets into fashion? I remember, right? He was complaining about that the other day, that to his mother, that his father did not nurture his, I think his outlook in fashion when he wanted to be the prince of fashion at a young age. Let's just go for it, right? That is like his, yes, I'm my own man now. I can have decent fashion if I want to. So, yeah, maybe let's leave it at that. Pay some 0.75 more than we did last time, so we end up in around the middle of the 5 area here. That's okay. And we do see now that we will actually go to grandeur level 4. That is great. That is great because that will give us some more boons. Like, again, now we have a court that is above expected level. So that would be, yeah, beneficial to us. Right. Other things. You know, last time we did this switcheroo where we named our second son Absalon instead of Skjalm, and our third son Skjalm instead of Absalon. And we did this because Skjalm was showing that he was more in spirit like his grandfather. And on the other hand, Absalon here is more of a learned man, like the only learned man that we really have in this family to that degree. Like, he is almost average at learning. Do you get this? Almost average. And I think I want to highlight this. I want to make sure that he also understands that he is going into this direction, that is what is expected of him. He should become a clerical person, member of the clergy, in obviously as high a position as we hope he would get. So we will ask him to actually take the vows, right? We will actually lose some legitimacy through this. That is a pity because we have just gone, in this area here. So maybe here, let's do some things while people still consider us a true ruler before we have to gain it back, right? I guess hosting a feast will do the trick. But I think this makes sense, right? So having Absalon, he will then move to the court of Prince Bishop Ingvar. We do gain some respect from him, also from the Pope, which is quite nice because he has little respect of us currently. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's not think about it for too long. Let's just do it. Yeah, that being said, I need to pin more people. Have I pinned my brother? No, pin him. Have I pinned the Prince Bishop of Wargast? No, we pin him. Again, our brother, Bully, we pin him. Even though he's too far away to interact with, we definitely want to know what's going on with him. And we know that he's currently fighting for the Emirate of Mecca. He is going to actually steal the Muslim holy site, the most holy site actually, right, for Islam in Mecca. Bully, you little scoundrel. Whom else do we have? Yes, of course. We... oh yeah, we've already done this. Go for Benedict. Also for our Aunt Margaret. Want to see what's up with her. Then we have Jarl Egil. Want to be informed if his health decreases further or if he dies. And maybe just for some matters that regard our international politics, let's have a look into the Kaiser as well. That's quite a good list here. Let's see if we can add to this, if there are more important people to look out for. Yes. So, are we half an hour in? Yes. I love it. It's like I'm not planning on spending time on this in a certain way, but yeah, apparently the whole length of an episode is 2 hours, and the whole time it leads me to recap things is 30 minutes, right? Well, I guess we didn't just recap, we also took actions. We are doing something. Now, with Skjalm, he had goals, right? He had the goal of, conquering parts of the Wendish lands, and then tearing down the Idol of Arcona, and we know that he achieved that during his lifetime. Now, what is the goal of Toke? What is the ultimate goal that he has? And I think that he wants to make his mark, right? He wants to distinguish himself too. It's in the DNA of the Hvide to not just say, hey, I'm stemming from this important person, but I am an important person myself and a powerful person. So, I just got a notification, chat message. I'm not sure if you can see that too on the screen, so I'd rather just maybe turn it off. There we go. There we are. Right. Okay. So, we are here, and we are now the Jarl. Well, we are not the Jarl. We are the Jarl of Sjelland. Like I said last time, I did this kind of weird thing where counts and dukes are both called Jarl, but we know that to further claim the area, we have to formally pronounce that, hey, we are the Jarls in Sjelland, not just one Jarl in Sjelland. And that, I think, would be one of his goals, right? To establish this position, to show the king that, hey, while he can stay on his island of Finn, that we then would have a formal claim to, by the way, or a ducal claim. But we are the ones who are stabilizing also his power through owning like these central lands in Denmark. So that would be one thing. The other thing, I think, is, again, since he is this just person, vengeful person, I think he cannot let it go that while on the one hand, he is actually Jarl of Venderland, people consider Venderland to be bigger. Much bigger, in fact. Right? We see it here. Those are the Jura lands of Venderland, and they are currently inside of the Empire. I think he cannot let this go. And he will contest it. It seems like a daring choice, given the fact that, of course, he is the Kaiser, so he has lots of resources. And we do see his armies are actually, at least from our point of view, manageable. He has 2,700 people, armies that he can directly summon. He does have an ally in the Duke of Carinthia who can send 1,000 troops. And going back, he does have an ally with the Duke of Tyrol who can send 500, right? So he could muster up to, 4,200 troops if we were to contest him. Now, we on our own can muster about 1,000. We have allies in our aunt who can muster about 900. We can call for Jarl Egil, who has around 450. We can call, of course, our brother, who has also around 400. And I just saw something when I looked into it. Our good old Prince Bishop Ingvar is actually hoarding troops. He has like 800 special soldiers. Wow, isn't that great? And like I said, I have this mod installed of the more interactive vassals. So if your vassals like you, they are likely to go into war with you. And let's just check this. So if we, there we are. If we declare war on him to seize the whole Jarldom, can look up here and see participating vassals, and we would see that both our brother and Prince Bishop Ingvar would support us. On the other hand, the Kaiser apparently does not seem to be the most trusted of people, or the more liked people of all people, and there will be no defending vassals joining him, so it will be him and his allies of 4,300 men. And we are at about 2,800. But I think we would be superior in strength. Yeah, I guess he has like the tier 3 army. We have the tier 2 army here. Not sure if that is accurate. But we definitely have more men at arms. Then that's what it would come to. But that being said, I think we could go for another ally. And that is what I would like to do. Now, our firstborn Stig is already betrothed. Our secondborn Absalon is now, I don't know, betrothed to the church. And there's our thirdborn, Vibeke. And Vibeke could actually be betrothed to someone. And just for the sake of, like, we know that we need people that have power, military power. And we do see that in second place we have a certain Skofte Sveinsson af Aurland. He is from Norway. And he is the second son of Jarl Svein. And Jarl Svein, look at that, has about 2,500 troops under him. With 1,400 Bondi alone. This guy is a powerhouse. This guy is an actual powerhouse. And we do see he's not that far away. Right? He's south of Norway. That for me makes total sense from a diplomatic point of view. Like, we would definitely know the people in this area. There would be regular communication and so on with these nobles in Norway. And when we see that he would be happy to betroth his second son to us. Oh, even from a match point of view, right? That guy here is a little sadist, she is too, so they can, I don't know, torture people together and be like, hey, oh, that's so much fun. Diligent and zealous, that's not too bad, right? At least we would know that he is sincere, he's a hard-working guy. Our daughter is, of course, brave, that might add to his qualities as well. Let's just, yeah, let's go for it. Of course, he does have a little hunchback, right? But that's, yeah, that's okay. Maybe it's something we wouldn't even necessarily know through diplomatic conversation alone. So let's do this, and that will mean, yes, we get some boost in numbers, which might be enough to contest this title. But let's see how it plays out. Let's just start the game. Yay, can't wait. So now we're moving court, right? Yeah, Benedict refuses our challenge. The coward. The coward. And at least, that makes him lose some prestige, and we see that he actually does not have any. So, he's actually only distinguished, right? Yeah, that serves him right by all the ignoble acts that he did. Okay, so we are arriving here at court. And Joachim has come to our court. Of course, he's traveling currently. But I would say we already look into our courtiers and assign this role to him. And we see that he's actually excellent at it. Great. right? This is an old knight, experienced knight. He would have, yeah, nothing else to do actually at this court. He's not even a knight at our court now. But he can fully devote himself to being our bodyguard. So he's, yeah, he's like following us around now, or whenever he arrives at our court. There you go. And there we see we can create the Duchy of Skelland, but we would need money. We do need money. We need money for... Oh, do we actually... Oh, this has not... Unavailable. Did this not work? Have I just... Huh? Did I miss this? Did I miss this? No. I thought that he was at 100%. I thought that he was at 100%. Maybe we just need to wait a little bit further. I don't exactly know what happened there. I will just watch it back when I look at the video, and then I will see that maybe there was a notification that I just hastily clicked away. I noticed that, right? So sometimes just notifications come, and I just subconsciously click them away. Like, oh, notification, don't need it, bad. And then I miss what was actually said on it. So, yeah, let's maybe remind myself that I should, yeah, that I should pay some more, yeah, that I should put some more focus into this and pay some more attention. All right, time is rolling, but we actually managed to, yeah, Joachim is at our court. We actually managed to arrange the betrothal. So now we do see we have all these allies here. Right. There we go. Our allies' military strength. 2,600 Bondi. 1,100 Wigmen. Oh my lord. Right. That is a formidable army. We have summer. So, yeah. I think if we're talking roleplay terms again, then the ideal time to go waging war is somewhere in around September, or the end of September. That is when the harvest would come in, and then of course the farmers, yeah, after the harvest they don't have to do anything anymore. Right? So they don't have something to do for the rest of the year and until spring, and so in that window, in that half a year between September and March, that is when we would go to war. Okay, we are called to become a regent, actually. King Eric trusts us that much that he says, okay, I want you to be my regent. That's interesting. It's self-evident to all the kingdom of Denmark that my liege King Eric cannot shoulder the burdens of rule by himself, not without causing irreparable harm to our lands. Yes. Toke very much believes that. Though the duty is not expected to last long, someone must mind the realm, arbitrating disputes and keeping the throne warm for King Eric as regent. Naturally, of course, naturally, that someone is me. Okay. What is he actually doing? I think he is... oh, he is traveling... Aww. He is traveling to a grand tournament. Oh no, I hate this about the game. I hate this about the game. We're like, yay, the honor of being regent. Yeah, that also means that you cannot go to any kind of tournament or whatever once you are regent. Okay, well, I guess that was a fun our father had, and that fun is not for us. We are stern, we are strict, we are authoritarian. I have many ideas. No, I think for this time I would say yes. We have been recognized, and that is in fact an honor for us. We could swing the scales of power. So this concept where, let's just go down here, you have these varying levels of power as a regent. Right now we are just a quote-unquote normal regent. So this regency will be resolved once the ruler is back. There can be an entrenched regency, and that is something you would have when you are the regent for a child. The higher these scales of power are to in this direction here, the more can we actually do with the power that we have. Now, since I know that the king is only temporarily away, it does not make much sense for me to invest into swinging the scales here. I think it would also be something that he would think is maybe not the just thing to do, right? Because that would mean somehow making sure that everyone in the realm is recognizing us now as a ruler and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a bit iffy. Okay, what do we have here? A local sculptor is looking for a benefactor. A difficult-looking man, okay, demands an audience. What? What? Just some wandering dude here who is lowborn, and he demands an audience. Okay, that's not a good start for him. That's not a good start. My name is Eric. You may have encountered my beautiful sculptures on the calvaries next to the roads of your domain. I thought you might want to become my benefactor. Indeed, as my name has become quite famous among your subjects, both of us could benefit from this partnership. As proof of my good faith, I would create a unique and masterful sculpture for you to display wherever you wish, showing your immense piety to the world. I could say I've never heard of you, and you don't look very talented. Or I could say it sounds like a great opportunity. He would lose some gold. I guess he would create something for us. Never heard of you. Don't look very talented. Well, I guess we have never heard of him. That much is true. He's arrogant, impatient, gluttonous. He's also not the nicest person to look at. He is a Midas touch, though, right? So he would be someone who, yeah. Maybe that's something to recognize about him, that he's actually able to to be thrifty and stuff. But maybe that's also bad, because he's he might just be good at scamming us, right? Maybe that's what he's all about. You know what? I will just roll the die here. I don't have a clue. It's a 5. Okay, we actually invest in this opportunity. Let's hope that he's not leading us awry. My friend Gudmar accosts me, grinning from ear to ear. Aww. In his hands are 2 fishing poles. Come fishing with me today, dear friend. I promise you will love it, he exclaims. It has been a while since I took a break and escaped the hustle and bustle of the castle. Oh, Gudmar. He's like really our best friend, is he? He's always inviting us to stuff and going out with us. And yeah, I think, do we still have that concern that people might see us as a gay man? I'm not sure. I think we see him primarily as our friend, right? That's what he is. So we could go to fishing, or we just say a Jarl does not fish. Yeah, the second one would definitely go into his authoritarian direction, either his sternness and strictness. But I do think, and we have realized this, that Toke also has this side to him where he's, where he can be a bit playful, right? You know, we know that he is this rowdy. He was a rowdy as a child, still has some of this left in him, yeah, I don't know. Roll the die again. It's a 4. A Jarl does not fish. Come on. I'm the regent. I'm the regent of Denmark. I have important things to do. I cannot just go and fish. There we are. I kind of saw it coming. A guard brings me a rock on which a message is attached. To the stupid Jarl Toke. Your charity has no equal on this earth. When you receive this note, I will be far away, telling the world how gullible you are. Oh no. I think, yeah, that this makes him angry. This makes him very angry. He is vengeful. I should have pinned the guy. I should have pinned the guy. Then we would see where he is. Again, might look back into the video look up his name and then see if I can find him somewhere. Oh no, this guy has absconded with our money. Our good money, our gold. Oh wow. What do we have here? A tournament in Sealand. I announced to my council my intention to host a superb tournament, complete with feasts, music, and of course a variety of prowess competitions, such as archery, melee, and jousting. Yes? Okay, my intention. We know that is quite expensive, so likely not. I can see it in my mind's eye already, I exclaim excitedly. The roar of the crowd, the pageantry, a most inspiring idea, my lord's response. My lord responds Stuart Anton. But this is an expensive endeavor. I'm well aware of that, I reply somewhat testily. But surely you will find a way to keep some of the coin from all the visitors this will draw from near and far. Marshal Circuit next asks, when do you wish to hold this glorious tournament? Competitors need to be made aware and then make their way here. And my steward friend no doubt must assign craftsmen to prepare things, as well as assemble copious victuals. How soon could it be ready? I inquire, looking at both severely. Not before next season, I fear, answers Anton. Better get started now then. Never mind, your practicalities depress me. Have not had this event before. I think it's not a vanilla event. So what happens here? We invest money, but what happens with that money? I would only hope that then there is a follow-up event. I can only hope. I mean, maybe this is a reaction, right, to him not being able to attend this tournament down here. He went to tournaments before, actually made 3rd place in one archery contest, we remember. So his reaction is to say, hey, if you know, the prophet is not going to the mountain, then the mountain has to go to the prophet. So yeah, I'll roll the die again. I'm rolling so many dice. I actually say we better get started. Right. I really guess that is his impatient nature. Right? He's like, I cannot go to that tournament, but I want to, and I want it now. Okay, then better get started. Do something, for crying out loud. Alright, yeah, I was spending money left and right. That was not my, that was not my intention. I actually wanted to save some money. I wanted to save some money. Okay, now we're in the October region. Let's see. The Kaiser is actually at this tournament. We might see this. Oh, but he does have more military strength now. Where is that coming from? I'm not even sure. It's because his allies have more special soldiers. Okay. I think we would still be very much in the advantage if we went for war. Let's look into this. And we know that we are actually... See? It works. We have automatic language instructions. Yeah, good stuff. People at our court are learning the language of the West Slavs. Right. How do we do this? We just have learned that we have, that we wanted to look for this tournament next year. Still unsure what's going to come of it. Like, I cannot actually host a tournament. That is way too costly. But I think he is currently a regent, right? So he would have tasks regularly that he needs to do. I don't think we should look into war right now. Oh yeah, but we can go for prepared conscription, and that would give us minus 15% army gold maintenance. Great. So we are already doing this kind of war prep, right? We are looking into going to war maybe in the next year. Oh, there we go. I accompany Steward Anton and Marshal Cirqueer to the main site of the upcoming tournament for a final inspection. A large stand consisting of 2 half circles surrounds the tilting ground. Weavers are tying awnings over the wealthier seats, while carpenters are firming up the ladders to the top tier. Already, the lower town is almost overflowing with spectators, and merchants come from near and far. I applaud your hard work in such a short time, my friends. Yeah, they did well. They did very well. Let's see. What do we have? You lose 6 stress. They gain opinion of me. And the Jarldom of Sielat gains hosted tournament for 11 months. I see. I see. We invested gold, and now we have a positive modifier on the Jarldom. Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess. That's okay. Ah, there we are. Inaugurating the tournament. I take my seat on the highest dais on the stage, thankfully supplied with plush cushions and well-stocked with food and drink. The herald walks proudly to the center of the arena before climbing a few steps to a painted platform that will be removed once the contest begins. This day arises a great and beautiful feast held in Sieland by its lord. Joust well and maintain your cause, thus will ye be honored and held dear. Who jousts best shall win a chaplet of fine good gold, forever to have and to hold. Those of foreign lands for 15 days hence, safe conduct ye shall have, with no treachery. Okay. Let the games begin. Oh, I like it. It's a little series of events. I think it's kind of nice that the game is doing this for us, since we can't go to the quote-unquote real tournament. Let's see. We are looking for the Queen of Gallantry. The herald continues. Now there may be those who wield well the lance, who maneuver skillfully to gain love's favour. These shall have praise and fair looks. Love, who wavers not, shall inflame, for a queen dressed like an angel, a damsel of body lightsome and fine. Her secret name is now revealed. All eyes turn to me, as it is time to appoint the Queen of Gallantry, the woman in whose honor all of the week's events are symbolically held. Aha! Well, of course, the obvious choice is our wife. Yeah, through Ingeborg. We could also go for our mum. For our mother, Signe. And even an outsider, okay. Her here. I think he lacks the kind of, lustful stuff and so on. I don't think, and he's into pageantry and everything, right? So he knows his station and so on. I don't think he would actually go for doing this. He knows that is an honor that is bestowed upon someone highborn and from his family. I think both make sense to me. I think I like the idea of giving his mother this honor, because we know, like, she was Skjalm's wife, and they kind of had this romantic relationship, right? They were very much in love with each other, and that would be something that people had praised. And now that she's, her husband has died, she probably took that, not that well. And, she's also just hanging around, right? She's, maybe she does not see that she has a purpose. She's probably waiting to take over the Laughing Out Loud land. But let's do this. Let's bestow this honor on our mother. We have childish curiosity. With a goblet of wine in hand, I ease myself amidst the plush cushions of the days. The plush cushions again. Ready to enjoy the first round of jousting. My little son Skjalm sits next to me and affectionately leans against my shoulder. I like this. He is our son. I think he is our favorite son. I do think that he is the one, that we put the most trust in. Like I said, we do not like our firstborn son to be deceitful. He's also quite a nosy person, right? While he is just, we grant him that. We like that about him. But yeah, his means of getting to justice are not what we would like. Right? I guess deceitful and just to me means that the end justifies the means. So he would do anything to get to what he believes is just. And that is something we definitely do not condone. That is not our way at all. And our son Skjaum, yeah, he definitely comes after our own father. He's a rowdy like we are, right? He's a little mischievous and stuff. He's arbitrary like our father was. He's vengeful like I am. Learning from our friend Rangwi. Yeah, makes sense to me. Who's your favorite contestant, he asks. I do not know yet. I respond. I will have to see each go by once, at least before I choose. I like it when they were green comments. There's just like these one quotation here, and I oversee it. Why isn't it 2 quotations? Anyway, I like it when they were green, comments Skjaum. Oh, their crest has a bird on it. With a gentle tug on my sleeve, Skjaum gets my attention and asks, who won that round? Nobody fell. I start explaining the scoring system, but I can see that the next joust has captured his interest. The next tilt opposes 2 riders so well matched that a third pass will be required to mark a winner. Under the thundering sound of hooves, the 2 knights race towards each other, and a sharp prod at my side distracts me and I miss the clash. I was trying to tell you I was getting hungry, but you did not hear me. Oh, come on. Take a deep breath and appreciate your bond with Skjaum. Yell at Skjaum to go sit elsewhere. Yeah, I guess this irks us. Yeah, but we've just established that he is kind of our favorite child. And as we did see, like Skjaum did with Sigrid, he was overlooking a lot of her flaws, I think. And we do the same with Skjaum. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So, the first day of the jousting event. The first day of the jousting competition is coming to a close. The field has been narrowed down to only 4 contestants. Tomorrow morning's tilts will first see Hvide Anton of Copenhagen against Gert Porsen. Who's he? Who's Gert Porse? Let's see. But our good Hvide Anton, whom we know and like, is going against him. Beric Forgach. Okay, who's he? He's a Hun? What happened here? A mysterious contestant who has so far refused to remove his helm in public. The crowd is abuzz about this potential champion's identity. Oh yeah, that is very exciting. I like it. Okay, now there's an archery contest as well. This morning saw the conclusion of the archery competition. Points were awarded for distance, accuracy, and consistency. Bewilderingly, a cocky peasant finished the most points, defeating career soldiers and mercenaries. One wonders if his skills were honed through poaching, but however acquired, they were superior. I congratulate Erling for his accomplishment before Signe places a laurel wreath on the winner's head. Oh, that's so nice. Our mother gets to do this. 20 silver pieces complete the reward. Yeah, I guess. Well done, Erling. Who's actually, he's quite an accomplished intrigue person. Okay, well done. Aha. So many events. It's the first time I'm having this, actually. Angry butterflies. In the temporary camp near the arena, I see Hvide Anton of Copenhagen pacing in and out of his tent, carrying his helm, and with a frown on his face. His squire follows meekly. How many times have I told you to use badger grease for the lower armor hinges? Barks Anton. I have, sir, like you said, says the squire meekly, and use tallow on the finer articulations. Are you sure the arret is solidly fastened this time? Asked the jouster, pointing at a breastplate lying against the crate. And do a better job of polishing every surface? I cough gently and they turn to me, bowing. A touch of nerves before the match? I ask kindly. Anton bristles a little at that, but I add, No offense meant, good sir. Often the waiting is worse than the doing. Still, I encourage poise and courtesy at every stage of my tourney. I do. Walk away without further ado, or scold Anton lightly for his outbursts. Yeah, we might as well do this, given our nature. Scold him a little. Yeah, the second day of the jousting event. The second day of the jousting competition has just ended. Oh yeah, just close this window here. I don't think we will do anything with him. He is lowborn after all. He had his moment to shine, but that's about it. So, the second day of the jousting competition has just ended. Only two contestants remain. Forget Anton of Copenhagen and Beric Forgach. Yeah, him. We will definitely look out for him. Let's even pin him. I want to know about him. And Beric Forgach, one of which will be declared the winner tomorrow. Oh, I can barely wait. It goes on. The melee. The melee. People pronounce this so differently. Like, there's not one pronunciation, I think. Let's call it a melee, right? That has a certain ring to it. Trumpets sound and heralds announce the arrival of the contestants for the foot melee. A grand, chaotic battle with two sides of 50 tourniers each. Armed with blunted swords and hammers, the tourniers arrange themselves as they would for battle. Behind a strong rope, each group of 50 at an opposite end of the field. What I like about this, actually, is that they are, trying to give some flavor. I don't like the melee event in the vanilla tournament, because it just throws you in and you don't even understand what's going on. And here they at least explain it and how it works. In a few minutes, officials will cut the cord, holding the teams back, and the fight will begin. At the back of each side, one man per team holds high the pennant of his side. I notice that the right-hand banner bears the arms of Prince Bishop Ingvar of Vorgast. Are these your men? I ask him in surprise. Indeed they are. When the tournament was announced, I wrote your marshal and asked what assistance I might provide. We gladly agreed I would field one melee team. It is good practice for the men, and they are enjoying a few weeks on the road. Yeah, and we do see and we do know that Bishop Ingvar is looking into expanding his military, right? So, yeah, we thank him. That's good thinking there. Okay, the melee. Do you wish to sit here? I offer Signe. I think you will get a better view of the mad rush below. Oh, thank you, I would. As much as I like the pageantry of the jousting, I find something exhilarating in the raw chaos of the melee. The close quarters, the intensity of knowing you may die if you do not strike first. I look at her with some surprise. She laughs. Do you think no woman can understand the passion of war? Haha, that's our mother. We know that she has supported Skjalm in his efforts, in his war efforts, directly, right? So, yeah, I guess we do this with our mum. The melee ends. Perhaps 20 men of the original 100 remain in some kind of fighting form. Swords are swung with far less strength, and there are longer and longer pauses in the combat as tourniers catch their breath. At an official's nod, heralds sound the end of the melee. The winning side still fields a dozen men. By my count, to Prince Bishop Ingvar of Vorgast 7. Yeah, that was a good showing from all sides. The award. In anticipation of the upcoming jousting final, the crowd has returned to the arena, filling the stands to capacity, and then some. But first I must award the melee prize. I call forward the captain of the winning side, who looks a little worse for wear from the day's fighting, to join me and Signe at the center of the jousting circle. Loudly, I declare that I congratulate the winning side, whose tireless exertions today have earned them great glory and renown. I present to your captain, a purse of 100 silver pieces, 2 for each man. At this, the fighters from the winning team still hail enough to stand cheer raucously. Signe also gestures for the captain to kneel so she may attach a fine red cape to his cuirass. Ah, cuirass again. Armor in the early 12th century, right? That was him here. Billing. I will pin him too. He has definitely distinguished himself here. Can I see? I can actually invite him to court. Wow, great stuff. Yes, yes, I will look into this. Let's wait for the tournament to be over. And now we have the jousting final. At last, we come to the main event of the tournament. The last tilt of jousting with only 2 knights remaining. At one end I see Hvide Anton, bedecked in his family's colors, astride a beautiful white horse, impatient to prove his mettle. At the other hand, Beric Forgach is sitting atop a black horse, pacing with full nervous energy. In a few minutes the trumpets will sound and they will be off. Rangvi approaches me and asks if I would like to add a little bit of financial spice by betting against her on who will win. Let's see. Gambling is a sin. I don't know. No, we bet here. It's a friendly bet. What do we do? I think we like, yeah, our Anton, he got this. And the 2 knights are off. They gallop towards each other, aiming with their lance to hit the opponent on the chest, throat or helmet so as to knock him off his horse. The shock of their encounter is fierce. Horses and riders so fast they are almost a blur. Beric Forgach manages to slide his lance perfectly into Anton's shield, shattering it. Anton's lance, in contrast, is partially parried, and only the shaft rubs along Beric's side, much of its strength lost. Having switched ends, the riders turn their mounts for a second pass. Anton, however, wobbles a moment and then slides off his white stallion. The squire and valets run towards the wounded man with a stretcher. Beric Forgach is the tournament's champion. Who'd have thunk? Can we in? Oh no! Oh no! Almost. We lost the bet. Yeah, I guess we lost the bet, but that's okay for us. We were entertained after all. What a week. Thousands of folks descended on Sjalland and made this tournament a success that will be sung about for generations. The banquet hall is crammed full with guests from far and near, the conversation din drowning the minstrel's music. As I rise from my central seat and gesture for the Queen of Gallantry, the room quiets. Please come forward, Beric Forgach, and claim your well-earned prize, declaims Signe. Beric makes his way from the far end of the hall and kneels before her. You have won lasting honor for all time, for yourself and all your line. Rivals, valiant and worthy, you have bested until you, alone among the courageous, still stood undefeated. Receive this wreath of golden leaves so that all remember your deeds. After she places the elaborate headpiece on his brow, Beric rises and kisses her chastely on both cheeks. Oh, isn't that nice? While the crowd applauds and cheers. Once the clamor has subsided, I thank the assembled dignitaries before with a clap of the hands, signaling for the endless trays of food to arrive. Yeah, I guess we ensure every guest leaves feeling appreciated. Oh, and we got the 10% chance. Our diplomacy increases by 1. The tournament ends. The main part of the meal done, half the tables and trestles are hurriedly taken out of the great hall to make room for dancing. Minstrels who had been playing quietly from the gallery above relocate closer to the guests as their music takes center stage. Freed from the formal seating by rank and station, guests start gravitating toward those who share their age and interests. Near a small table by the fire stand Steward Anton and Marshal Cirqueer, engaged in a conversation with Erling, there he is again, the archery competition winner, involving a lot of gesturing with imaginary bows aimed at hanging chandeliers. Along one wall sit some of the injured men from the melee, some with slings around their shoulder, others with a sore leg on a stool. I'm heartened to see a jovial fellow from the opposing team bring a pitcher of ale to those too hobbled to fetch it themselves. There is a certain military camaraderie that transcends borders. Turning back towards the light and the music, I see several couples set up a spirited rondel. Mayhap a year from this day we shall be at war. We may as well be. But for tonight, at least, the festive spirit unites us, whether Danish or outsider. On the edge of the dance floor, Beric Forgach is holding an informal court of his own, regaling his rapt audience with advice on how to become the next jousting champion, should anyone have the courage to challenge his title. I observe that my son Skjalm is one of those swept away by this tantalizing promise of fame and renown. I chuckle at the fact that even a jousting champion might have no defense against the earnest interruptions of an inquisitive child. Oh, isn't that all nice? Isn't that all nice? There we go! That was it, right? Oh, that was so nice. Don't exactly know which mod is responsible for this. I have several mods that add some events to the game. I don't think it is VET, Viat. May as well be though. Yeah, maybe I'll have a look into this. But yeah, I so would like to have him at our court. Maybe. Let's look at this. See, we have this foxtail here. We do not know what to do with the foxtail. Oh, it would only be 10 opinion. Let's check again. We invite him, right? And his opinion of me is a negative 10 modifier. And he has a negative opinion of minus 25. So for me, that means... How does this factor in? I'm not really sure, actually. If I pay for the expenses, we are at minus 2. So we are almost there. You know, guys, I definitely want this guy. He has proven himself. I'm intrigued by him. And we show him our personal admiration by giving him our foxtail. And now, yeah, paying him to stay and be part of our court. I'll just do it. I like him, Beric Forgach. There we are. And yeah, what about Billing, the leader of the... Oh yeah, he would just join our court. Yeah, see? That's what I like. That's what I like. We invite him too. He did well. Oh yeah, forgot about the archer now. Oh well. Can't invite everyone. With archery, still things like that. Yeah, we're better than that. We are better. Great stuff. So... Yeah, I mean, in a role-playing sense, it's a bit weird that we did this in December. But, yeah, I guess that's okay. There he is, Beric Forgach, the Hun. Wow, brilliant strategist even. Great. Oh, I think we can actually appoint successors here. Yeah, Billing would be a successor, a good successor for the Röde Ritter. Yeah, if that would be the case, then let's do it. And Beric would be, yeah, that makes sense, like a successor for Den Standhafte Skytte. Although it would make more sense for him to be the Röde Ritter, given that he won the tournament, like the joust. Oh, I'm so pleased. Now, we did not have the chance to go to the tournament down here, but we held our own one. And it was better. It was so much better. Let's check who's our knights right now. We have Sörkvi, of course, Gutmar, of course, Kåre, Rangvi, Beric, Billing, and oh, that's already it, right? We only have the ability to have 6 knights. So Anton is not our knight anymore. I mean, it's reasonable given the fact that he's also steward, right? So he can focus on that solely now. Giergi is also not our knight anymore. Asa, Thorfinn, yeah, we don't want Thorfinn to be our knight anyway, right? I think we also forbid Joachim, even in the case that he should be selected, which is not likely to happen. But yeah, I guess the same for our tutor and then for our Prince Bishop. Let's just put them on forbid, even though it's unlikely to happen anyway. Yes, so there we go. Now, we are in the middle of 1106. How's the... Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? Our fourth son, is it? Abbe. Abbe is doing the enrobing. Oh no. Is he reflected enough to think, hey, I did this too, I tried this too. Should I be... Should I not make him vengeful and have him not like me? Yeah, we just say, he's a little scoundrel. I don't like that one here with the nickname the Prince of Fashion, right? Because in every other generation you have a Prince of Fashion. Maybe we just take it this time, right? Something to distinguish him. We have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 sons. I don't even know how many I have. So he's distinguishable. He is now Ebbe, the Prince of Fashion. Look at him with this like little ponytail, I think. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, Joachim became infirm. Oh no. Joachim is infirm, so he cannot be our bodyguard anymore. That makes sense. We could go for Badik. Then again, Badik is still somewhat of an outsider. We definitely admire him, but I don't think we would trust him that deeply. Yeah, I think in this case we would go to Gudmar. Right? We trust him most. And yeah. He can become our bodyguard. Still haven't heard anything about this scheme, which is a bit concerning. Even though it has such low secrecy. Oh, what happens here? My gait slows as I approach a room. I fancy I can hear a voice. Yes, there it is. I spy my mother Signe, grandly holding her grandchild Skjalm. He's everywhere, is he? Enraptured with the story. I listen in as well, catching only stray passages. Signe is recounting some tales from a life well lived, and the stories of times both new and old clearly rings very true with Skjalm, whose mouth hangs excitedly agape. I could ask to join the merry circle. I would just say, oh, this is sweet. Best leave them to it. Yes, I will. I think I will choose that one, right? Because that one is more about me, and that one is more about Skjalm. And I think, yeah, this is just so fitting, right? We see all these virtues, this personality of our father in him, and now he's actively like seeking advice from his grandmother. Yeah, this is just so sweet. Let's see what he will get in the end. Ah, he got some learning. Hey. Oh, and he's impatient. Look at him. Yes. He has all the virtues. I think other people would find that terrible. Having someone who's arbitrary, vengeful, and impatient. And we are like, look at him. He's a perfect little person. Ah, there we go. Ebbe has shown curiosity of his ancestry and is growing to be more like a child of House Hvide. Good for you. See, he has a little ponytail. Yeah, that's the Prince of Fashion for you. And he is arbitrary. So what else do we have down here? Oh yeah, we can decide for a guardian for him. He wants to go into stewardship. That's fine with us. I think, yeah, he could definitely learn from our mother. Because she has been a very good steward all her life, right? Remember how she sorted out all of the affairs for our father Skjalm. And she even found some money every now and then, just lying around in some corners. Alright, King Eric is back. What do we have here? Oh, Absalon, who, yeah, has somehow not followed our... he's not followed our directive that he should take the vows. I'm still unsure why that happened, because as far as I believe, the slider was at 100%, right? I will look into this once the video is done. Yeah, I guess this would still make sense then, right? Because he's like, if I marry, I want to marry for love, he boldly declared on the dinner table. And then I'm like, yeah, mate, I don't think you're ever going to marry, so let's just let it rest. Right? Not seeking confrontation with him again, because again, like in the past, apparently this did not work. But if he decides that he refuses to wed, then I'm okay with it. Oh, again, I could train for a tournament. Where else do we have a tournament? To the loathsome Toke. If they don't like it, why do they ask for... Oh, Jesus Christ! They hold a tournament in Hvide. Here. on the North Pole. This is... Yeah, okay. I'm definitely not going there. But you know what? This time I will take the option to train for a tournament. Because I think this whole, like, watching the tournament was nice, but he wants to participate at some point again, and I think from time to time you should just do this. There we go. Our prowess is impressive. Yes. So, we are in June. Once again, I am thinking about, you know what? This guy here. How long has he been here? He's been here like for ages, for years. He's lost people. They were at like 90 somewhere in that area before, and now he's at 40 people. They're just standing in front of that city, starving themselves to death. Maybe that's their kind of, like, that's how they show their kind of disgruntled state. Well, you had these, I don't know, Tibetan monks who kind of set themselves on fire to protest. Maybe that's their thing. They just stand in front of the town and starve themselves to death, go on a hunger strike. A linguistic drift, and the Bretons now speaks Breton. That was very nice to hear. Good that we know that. I think we will evict them. Soon, we will evict them. What's happening down here? There we are. Someone else is also plotting to kill me. I mean, come on, guys. What is happening here? Is that... Yeah. And that one even has a 39% success chance. But it's 0 secrecy. At some point in time, right? We would need... We would learn about who's doing this. I mean, unless that is, of course, Kore himself is a part of these schemes. But I highly doubt it. We know that he's loyal. We just know this. He has been, he has been with our family for so long. And, yeah, no, we trust him 100%. We shall find out who's behind this. My father, the great Jarl Skjalm, died of old age a long time ago. Yeah, a few years. 3 years, I think. Yet the flame of his life still shines bright. What surrounded him everywhere now seems to follow me. Many still consider me his son, rather than a man in my own right. Just yesterday, an old peasant was praising him, as if he was still alive. The time has come to step out of his shadow, to make my mark on the world, to be recognized as the great Jarl Toke. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No, that's definitely not the option to go. The world shall remember Skjalm as my father. He was just my father. They will talk about me instead. Yes. I gain Shadow of Famed Dawn. Yeah, a little more stress gain, a little more prestige gain. Yeah, that option makes sense. And I think that was the call. That would... Yeah. I think we will do this. We will do this, guys. The Emperor is in poor health, actually. Now, that might be something to wait for, right? Because if he dies, then... Oh no, then the King of Bohemia will take over. And I think... Oh, well, he's in his own war. He doesn't have that many men. Okay. But again, we are impatient, and I think we have worked towards this. We shall see. It was a good night at the family feast and was killed. To start with, my sister-in-law, Jarlfru Bodil, was incredibly patient with one of the newer servants, showing the young man how to properly serve. Later, I fell into an easy conversation with Serkvir, who spoke of romance and chivalry, topics I would ordinarily find rather dull, and even saccharine, but my marshal had a way of making it all seem the stuff of legend. The way his eyes lit up as he talked about these things made them seem incredibly relevant somehow. To say I did most of the listening is an understatement. I sat there, hanging on his every word until almost everyone had departed. We finally looked around and realized this. He apologized profusely for monopolizing me all evening, but I waved his concern away. I had in fact learned a great deal. Oh, look at this! Serkvi becomes our best friend. Oh yeah, and there's something that I have not done, and I'm not sure how I will do this. Because, as we do see, Serkvir is still lowborn. I said before that that is something I wanted to mend. But I have had a look into the mod, because I noticed that before when we ennobled, or when Skjalm ennobled Thorfinn, we saw that he was not a knight somehow, right? He was changing from being a knight to not being a knight. And if that happened to Serkvi as well, that would be terrible, because then we would lose his accolade, right? And then we had to reinstate him in this accolade. Or, no, Beric will then take over, but it will lose glory. And, yeah, glory is hard to come by, as we see. And I do not want to have this, right? Because it's so stupid. That would not make sense in roleplay terms as well. The mod, actually, what the mod does is it creates a fake duchy, a temporary fake duchy, that he will be made the ruler of, because that would mean he would take a highborn name, a dynasty, and then dissolve that duchy and return him to the court. So what effectively happens is he leaves court and he joins again in a nanosecond. But due to that happening, yeah, he will be, stripped from all of his positions at court for the time being. And no, that's not the effect that I want. That's not part of the role-playing. And let's face it, ennobling him is role-playing. We are not doing this to get some gameplay profit from it. So I will not do the role-playing thing if it means having something that goes against the role-playing. I will have a look into this and see what else we can do for him. Again, yeah, maybe find a good marriage for him. That would work. And then maybe ennobling his son. Yes, that might be something we do. Find a good marriage for him and then ennoble his son. Now, we are waiting. Why are we waiting? It is October. I do have this idea of saying we surprise the Kaiser by doing this at the beginning of winter. Why? Because yes, it would be a surprise. The Kaiser would not expect this in roleplay terms. And we know that we are a winter soldier. So we gain some advantage in winter. And that is not even cheesing the gameplay mechanics. He knows. He knows that this is his thing. He knows winter, as well as no one else. So that's maybe his strategy going into this. Oh, what do we have here? We have Absalon and we have Jarl Haraldr of Uppland. And he wants to arrange a marriage between his daughter Embla and our Absalon. Now, we have said before that we see him in a different way. We want Absalon to become a priest. I mean, thinking about it. At the time, the rules for being a bishop or a priest, I guess, were not that strict. It was still seen as more of a worldly position, especially far away from the church, like here in the north in Scandinavia. So I guess it would not be uncommon for a bishop to also have a wife and have children. I think quite far from it. That would actually be a common thing. So he has definitely refused to become a monk, right? We know that. So he is not, and he has told us about his ideas of romance and so on. And, yeah, though he will not be happy about it. But he refuses to marry, but this is a betrothal, and we will just see if he is fine with it, I guess. Right? Because he, this is not a marriage thing. This is arranging an introduction. Yeah. Let's take it. Let's take it. I think it fits with the character. I don't want to just impose my ideas, right, on the character and ignore what the character is about. He refuses to wed, but he would marry for love. That's what he wanted to do, right? I think he's only 12, so his ideas may be a bit naive. But he is willful. We grant him that. He is a very willful person, right? Being vengeful and brave. And being shy and being able to voice his opinion means something. Let's do it. Right. So, what happens is now Absalon, I think, will... we accepted the invitation. Already Absalon is making preparations to leave. Yes, he will travel now to Norway, up here, and, meet with the daughter of... who is it again? Jarl Haraldur. There we go. Oh, we have a new king. And he's of the same house. House Hagalin. They are now the royal house. Oh, that would be indeed a high honor. What do we have here? Liege entered a co-monarchy. King Eric is now sharing power in a co-monarchy with his daughter-in-law, Andrea Thrugot. What is he doing? We know that he's quirky. We know that he is quirky. But, come on, man. What is happening here? Andrea Thrugot is replaced by Agnar Estrid as your liege's new co-monarch. Oh, King Eric. You madman. What are you doing? Prince Agnar, whom we know, is a monk because his father mistakenly and stubbornly believes that being a monk makes you a ruler. That's his belief he held a very long time. Now has made his son? Oh, it doesn't say it here. Oh yeah, there we have it. His monk son is now his co-monarch. Well, good for you, I guess. I am proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. Even as a child, Stig always had a way with words. Yeah, that we know. That we know. It is therefore unsurprising that he has taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. With an excellent grasp of all manners of etiquette, an understanding of all kinds of entertainment, and the eloquence to go with it, he will have little trouble navigating a life at court. He becomes a charismatic negotiator. There we are. Oh yes, and they can marry. We don't have the means to do a grand wedding. No. Excellent. She's coming to our court. Oh yes. Now we have that thing again, where, he's still our firstborn son, right? I think we can't go into war. We have to host a little feast here in his honor. We can't go into war. Having had the opportunity to attend the wedding of my sons Stig and Benedicte, I learned much about the relationship of the couple. After the ceremony, the feast and celebration lasted into the night. As the entertainment came to an end and it was at last time to leave, I could not help. It could not help but be noticed that throughout the evening Stig and Benedicte appeared utterly smitten with each other, often appearing lost in the other's company, ignorant to the revelry around them. The marriage may prove to be a testament to the undeniable connection that binds hearts and spirits together. See, we said that we are not our father, and we do not marry people for their good match. But apparently, that's just what's happening. So they are actually, they are lovers. They are soulmates even. Stig and Benedicte, having just married, are soulmates. Look at them. Well, yeah, I shall host a feast. She's almost here, right? We have 30 days to do this, 30 days, and we would not go into war around Christmas time anyway, right? Who does that? Who does that? We will plan a feast. We have 30 days for this, but of course I will wait until she is actually here. Because that makes no sense otherwise. There she is. Now she's at our court, and now I can go prepare a feast. It's actually quite good to do this in Sjalland. We get some, 70 gold. That is in the range of things we can do. Exotic delicacies, appropriate base chance. But where is the actual? I thought I was getting a little. Now, what do we do? Do we highlight our son or do we highlight Benedicte? Now what, guys? We highlight her. Just as a little kind of way to show that our son might not be whom we think should be our heir. Our main heir, at least. Of course, he will be an heir. Right. Let's do this. And, I guess just to highlight how grand an event that is, let's invite the king again. Always good to have him around. Always great to have the old man around. That weird man here. Weird man. So weird. I think that's all good. Let's see who's the guests. Extended family, does that would invite people. But I don't know who. Let's see. That's Erfuda, but she's not coming anyway. Okay. Let's invite knights. What happens if we invite neighboring rulers? Nothing. Okay. There we are. Do we want to do anything on that feast? Maybe befriend someone? Is that something we would do? I don't think that's his... Yeah, I think he does have a lot of friends, right? That is actually a thing he does. Having friends. But I'm not sure if that kind of diplomacy is what he's out for. I don't think that's his thing. Yeah, he only has native diplomacy. And he has other means of showing how he does things. Let's check. We are at 1 hour and 40 minutes. The servants run across the hall, bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Yeah, we know he likes that. He likes a little drink, likes having a little good time from every now and then. Oh, I seem to have spotted some veal cutlets. Yes, those veal cutlets are the best. There we go. I like waiting. And, my friends, where's nobody here? There we go. The king is trotting on his horse. Taking a sweet time. I guess he doesn't have that much of a journey. And I guess all the other guests are here too. Our wife is enjoying it already. She's like, yay! Jumpy, 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 ta-da! Oh no, what happens here? Our son Absalon and Embla Haraldsdatter Hagalin. They have a disastrous match. Oh no. Absalon writes. Oh, he writes, I guess. Yeah, he's not reading it, but he has people to read it to him. That he was eager enough at first. They roamed the castle gardens, engaging in lengthy conversation. Absalon was eager to impress Embla and tried hard to dazzle her and says he thought he was succeeding. However, clearly she did not feel the same. He writes that she sometimes appeared bored of him. At others resentful of him. His disappointment is palpable. Okay. Well, I guess he tried. Aha. Ebbe is also learning languages. We have some time until the feast begins, and now it's happening. There we are. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. I must admit that not being able to bring weapons detracts from the appeal of a celebration. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. I mean, while I'm doing this, I should never forget that, yeah, there we are, that we still have these schemes out there. And even though the secrecy is just down here at 5%, we do not know who is behind this. This is, I think, angering us. And we're getting more and more impatient with Hvide, who is our spy master. Yeah, this is not great. And now there is someone who would also like to murder she, whose name I cannot pronounce, Hvide. Yeah, and I do kind of think that might actually be Gudmar. That might actually be her own husband. He hates her. He definitely hates her. She hates him. Yeah, probably because he had this extramarital affair with a man, of all people. So, yeah. Yeah, that might as well be him. That might as well be him. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays of every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. A solid banquet is one of the few environments where you rarely have to wait for anything. Want food? It's there. Need a drink? They'll pour you one. Fancy a chat? Good company is everywhere. Bliss. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. Well, that sounds nice, does it? I guess that one is always good. Good folk to mingle with here. We can be around our friends, talk to people. Yep. Oh, Sigurd regaled us with Hedninger's Barnes history. Oh no. Oh, she actually died. That was soon, right? We just learned about this. And now she's dead. Oh, we do not like this at all. Being this just person, this vengeful person, having people dying at our court. That is not a good thing. And that would reflect poorly on us as well, right? So we do not have our own court under control. Oh, but at least King Eric is, yeah, his presence makes the feast become exceptional. Well, good stuff. What a good evening. Oh, and King Eric actually becomes our friend too. See, we don't have to befriend people. People just want to be friends with us because we're just such a great person. Wow, we are actually the king's friend. Wow. Now, Hvide is drinking. Aha. Get too much to drink. No. No, he ought to be ashamed of himself. That's not how you conduct yourself on a party, my dear Hvide. Some more friendships going on. And our wife is having a conversation with us. The blessings of family. Why don't we talk more about you instead? Please go on. Yeah, I guess please go on is okay. A little conversation with her. That is not too bad. I don't think we want to be friends with her again. I think that's something meaningful, right? So if you were friends with someone and then stop being friends with them, I think there's good reason for it. And you don't just go 180. The feast is starting to draw to a close, and my visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on King Eric. Yes, of course. A toast to King Eric, who's our friend. We are forgiving his little quirkinesses, and look at that. He is finally dead. The trickster. The trickster can do no more damage. He has died. And, yeah, he died the way he shouldn't have died. He died peacefully in his sleep. He should have faced justice here on Earth. But we also know, and again, we are a religious person. Everyone here follows the Catholic faith. We know that he will burn in hell. And everyone knows it, right? And this is his son, Lasse. And he he inherited the whole thing. The whole thing. So he is now the Jarl of Slesvig. owning all of this. Like, his vassals are here and there and everywhere. And he will be someone to look out for. He's still unmarried, so we will definitely have a look into whom he's marrying. Yeah, we don't know much about him. Maybe let's have some kind of feast in the future where we also invite him, just to get a grip and see who he really is. Few candles survive after most of the guests have left. I see servants bringing gifts to my honored guest Benedicte and her spouse. Yeah, her spouse, that guy. I walk to them smiling. What a pleasure it was to have you with us, and may Saint Joseph bring good tidings upon you both. Yes, yes, yes. That I sent them on their way. now go away. But we live at this court now. Oh yes. Okay. I guess you can stay. In that case. There we are. And we still have not declared war. And now we are in that season again. Like I said, I would not go into war between March and September, because that is very much the time that, everyone would be out on the fields, working, right? And, that's not proper. That is not proper. Let's check. Yeah, he's still there, starving himself to death. Good for you, mate. Good for you. How about the Kaiser? He's again in good health. So, we will not see that kind of transition that we looked for. Yeah, but I guess with our allies, we are actually able to, to do this. There we go. May is coming. Do we need to prepare for something else? Here's the Pope. The Pope has a so-and-so relationship with us. Is there something we can do? Here we can... Oh, yes! Let's do that. Let's do that. That's just nice, isn't it? We send him this little ancient plaque here. Ancient inscription. He's not a learned man either. Well, you might appreciate this, right? So he is he gains the ancient plaque. Then he at least gets some opinion of us. Kind of, want to make sure that the church is not in our way when we're doing something as massive as, challenging the Roman Empire, right? That is, that's not something you do lightly. And I do not want the church to actually go against us in the wake of this event when it happens. And it will. It so will. I think this is the kind of third year now that we are thinking of doing this, and by this time he would be on his heels. He would be like, I so want to go to war. He cannot wait. He cannot wait, but he knows that he cannot just declare war in the middle of July. That is not a proper way of doing things. We will do it properly. By the way, I realized that I do not have this mod installed, or at least it's not working in that way. So it means we can actually summon armies anywhere within our domains, and not have us travel to it first. So I think it would make sense. I mean, role-playing wise, we are already preparing, right? We are already preparing. So we are sending some troops over to Rügen to meet with those of our brother. We just saw that a faction is there against the king. It's a liberty faction. They want lower crown authority, which I, as a player, think is actually great. But as Toke, no, we don't allow for this. But there will be an ultimatum in 14 months. Oh, because, he's so powerful, right? He is really powerful. Oh, there we go. Our friend Joachim died. Yeah, he was very old. That's fine. That is actually fine. So now, what do I wait for? Do I wait for the winter? Do I actually wait for the winter? No. You know what? No. He's not waiting. He is not waiting any longer. He has done all the preparation. He's looked into his allies. He wants to make sure that all of the lands that belong to Venderland are actually under his control. There we go again. Just have a look. Assa will join us. Prince Bishop Ingvar will join us. And then we will call in our allies as well. That should be it for us. Okay. We declare war. There we go. There we see Prince Bishop Ingvar is joining us. Good. Is Assa already joining us too? I think so, is he? Let's just check. Yes, Assa is also already here. So, calling allies to war. Our aunt, Margrethe. Our ally, whose son is betrothed to our daughter. And he will be, oh wow, he alone can do this. We call him to war. And of course, just for good measure, our ally Jarl Egil and his men can come along as well. There we are. And now, ladies and gentlemen, finally, here we are. To actually do this thing where we ask our wife, yes, I think we shall do this. She is very good at it, actually. That's her main thing, right? So again, this does not mean that she takes an active part in this war effort. Well, I mean, not active as in, of course, she's not going to be here fighting with us, but she will be active as in looking into preparation, looking into the organization of the troops, of supplies, and so on. So this will give us another edge in this confrontation. And I think we will, may move down here, or we already go for Rostock. Yeah, let's already go for Rostock. These little guys here. We are officially ending this little hunger strike of yours. We are ending your hunger strike. It is over. Yes, they're all coming. They are all coming. There she goes. He's coming. Yeah, of course, he's calling for his allies, but we knew that before. We knew that beforehand. There we go. So, we are here at Rostock. Our allies are coming to our banner. Daughter has learned the language of the West Slavs. Great. Son did as well. Our other son did too. Good stuff. Okay, here we are. Might take a bit for the Kaiser to come up here with his soldiers. Might even take longer for his allies because they're coming from the south. There he is. There he actually is. I think we should try to confront him as soon as we can. Do we do this without losing men? Let's see. We will not arrive there in time. Oh, but but we arrived in time to meet these guys here. Okay, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we can just like push them out of the way. Be like, yeah. You guys, you can just go there. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. We try to seek the confrontation as soon as we can. Yeah. And what are they doing? What are they doing? Why are they not joining us? Come! The battle! We are waging the battle! Guys! Don't leave us alone! Oh, dear Lord. Alright. We no need to fret. No need to fret. Rogaland is coming and Vogast is coming. This will be this. Yeah, we will do this. Stood strong in the face of the enemy. My soldiers have fought valiantly so far in the battle of the city of Schwerin, but are slowly growing tired as their foes push harder and harder and rage against their demise. After a prolonged period of combat and a strong enemy counter-push, my men are stumbling around, exhausted and in dire need of motivation. Seeing the opportunity to deliver some inspiration, I step up to give my warriors a stirring speech to reinvigorate them and restore their drive to continue battling against a difficult foe. Once I step up, I begin to ponder what I might say, as a few of my soldiers stop fighting to watch me in admiration. Okay, I think we're not the best at this, but yeah, we are trying to make a difference. And there we go. Some of you are farmers, born in the granaries that fed our nation. Some of you are villagers in the towns that we lived in and grew into the people we are now. Some of you, like me, were raised by our fathers and grandfathers to show no mercy to the scum that might threaten our brothers and sisters and families we have at home. The same people who eat from our farms, live in our villages, and raise our children. And is he coming to the point? Today we fight for those people, for those souls who know nothing of the horrors we face on this battlefield today. Maybe today is the day I see the heavens, and maybe yours comes soon after. Let us meet in that realm as warriors, unfazed by the strength of our enemies. We might fight to the end, unshaken by the storms that shake mountains to the ground. We stand unscathed by the fires of demons who may scorch our souls. We stand now together and we fight. Are you with me? I boom to my soldiers, who begin to shout in anticipation of the combat that comes. As I raise my blade, the rumble and footsteps beside me stops the enemy advance in its tracks, and even sends some into a retreat, terrified by the blind fury I have instilled in my warriors. Wow, okay. That went well. And we are now a powerful speaker. Ooh, even advantage +1, martial +1. Yes, and they all gain opinion of us. Wow. Yes, our speech inspires the soldiers greatly. And look at this. Look at how many knights we bring into this. Oh, wow. They are utterly crushed. The mighty Roman Empire is crushed beneath our feet. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, we had the slaughter at Rostock with him here. And then we had the battle at Schwerin. 1,400 losses on his side, 700 on ours. Yeah, the Bondi, of course, made the whole difference. About 3,000. Oh, God. Then the knights, of course. Yeah, we have 26 knights in total. Oh, wow. Yeah, our losses were mostly levies, and that's not... Yeah, that's expected, and also not that bad for us. So these losses here are actually not that... Yeah, do not say that much about the strength we have right now. Let's see. Okay, this is Schwerin. This is Wismar. This is the one that we should actually besiege. Okay. Let's get that. Oh, I have a perk. Enables absolute control for counties. Vassal no longer refuse directives. And then we go into Overseer. Yes, of course, we go there. Oh yeah, that was the other one. The little skirmish. Do we actually have... No, we don't have prisoners. Oh, sad. That would have been nice, taking some prisoners from this. There we go. Oh, it's that thing where the guys just don't go besieging with me. Will there someone please stay with me? Because otherwise I cannot besiege this, guys. There's like too many garrison. And there's 1,300. I don't have that many men. Well, I guess you could also go besiege something. Yeah, that's proper. That's a proper thing to do. Of course, we are not done yet. Of course, we know that his allies are coming, and he will regain troops now, right? So that is our precarious situation here. As long as we don't own land in here, we will not regenerate troops, but he will, because he is in his land, and he's now going south, probably to unite with his allies. Alright, and we just finished control. Yeah, they still get minus now. No, that's alright for the time being. Let's put him into training commanders, so we will get more and more knight efficiency in the upcoming months. Yeah, there we are. Maybe let's just check and see if there is someone else who could do this. Oh, we don't have... Oh, we actually don't have a military engineer with us anymore. I just see now that we are over the 2-hour mark. And maybe this is like a good cliffhanger. Like we finally started this war. And we will see the outcome of it. And there he is coming back. Right? There he is coming back. I think he's on his own. Yeah. His allies are not with him. Maybe they are coming down here. Maybe you just don't see them right now. And there will be other confrontation. Maybe for now we just keep on besieging here. But the war will go on. And will we see Jarl Toke taking away the lands he rightfully has a claim to from the hands of the Kaiser himself? We shall see about this. Until then, cheers. Bye-bye.